All right, what is up, everyone? We are here with another episode of Therapy Without a Degree. Joe Fiucarino is in the house, in the studio. You already know. And we got Zane back.
I'm back, everybody.
Yes, I'm back.
I'm fully recovered.
Fully recovered. Yo, he had the chip challenge and he missed like 3 months.
Oh my God.
That.
Oh man, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. Don't worry.
He back. And then we got a very special guest in the building. Would you like to introduce yourself to the people out there and to these?
Hi, guys. Great pleasure being here with all of you guys today. My name is Linda Martinez from the Boogie Down Bronx.
Oh, let's go.
That's right. BX, baby.
All right. And then we got Javi in the building on the camera. And then we got Jason in the building. Let's go. Jason from First Class, Second Place. Right? I said it right? Right. All right. I always gotta make sure. I never fuck it up, right? Okay. Because other people mess it up sometimes, so I gotta always check myself. But yeah, we got that going on, and yeah, man, it feels good to have Zane back.
Right.
I feel like Zane is one of those characters, like on the show that just like he's the recurring character.
What just doesn't? It's not showing up every day.
Yeah, you're kind of like almost like Tommy. You're
Tommy?
Like, you ever seen Martin?
Yeah, he's not on every episode, but when he's on that episode, you remember it.
And
He's like the superstar when
he's
he comes
superstar,
out. Like,
right?
Tommy,
we just
I was at work. He's like, where you work?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where this guy says he says he's working. I don't know where he is. Like, yeah, he doesn't post.
Right. He's like, where does he work? Is he going to work?
I forgot the vital point about Tommy. He always was working, but he never had a job.
Yeah.
But we didn't know what he did as work. So technically speaking, we don't know if he went to work because he's like, yeah, I was at work. But where do you work?
That's just
yeah.
That's like Zane. Zane's like, yeah, man, I just had a shoot. Oh, where?
What was the shoot?
Where was it? You didn't even tell nobody. No. So you're Tommy, bro.
Yep,
you know,
that makes sense.
Mr. Martin Lawrence, man. Crew, man.
Yo, Martin is the best.
That was my favorite show.
What you know about Martin?
Oh, Shanae. Bring me Shanae.
Let's
go. The man.
Or Mama. What's the mama's name? Mama Martin. Martin's mom in that show. Mama Payne.
And Roscoe. Remember little Roscoe? Oh,
the little kid with the snot in his nose.
I don't remember that one.
Bro, man, from the 5th floor.
Javi, did you ever see Martin?
Don't stop.
Okay. I'm going to have to. We're going to play it.
Don't worry. We're going to put you on. We're going to put you on.
That was it.
Nah, we're going to play Martin after the pod. You got to watch at least one episode of Martin.
Episode with Martin was, yeah.
Yeah, no, Martin's the man.
The man.
But this outfit is fly.
Thank you.
I was telling you before we recorded. I just gotta say it on air, yo. This is fly. I see you.
I like to be.
You almost made me go in the room and change. I almost.
Oh my God! Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Thank God I bought these.
I was overdressed.
No, it's fly.
Thank you.
You made me feel underdressed. Like I'm like, yo, I gotta go change. I gotta go get fly. I mean, I get fly every once in a while, but.
Minding you, I wanted to come with the kicks, the hat, the hoodie, because I have many hoodies that I gotta represent. And then I say, you know what? I'm the type of girl that likes to be casual, sexy, and comfy. So yes, a style is born within you. You can put whatever you want. It's just the touch that you put with, yourself, your confidence. Yeah. But thank you.
What sign are you?
I am.
And we're starting there.
Yes. What?
Okay, what about this? July 14th. Can you guys guess? July 14th. I'm a summer baby.
Oh, July 14th is Leo.
Cancer. No, Cancer.
And no.
Cancer.
Cancer?
Yeah. Team Cancer, baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Leo starts towards the end.
Yeah, right after.
Right after.
22nd.
No, even later than that.
Later, like 20.
No, it's like August, like 5th or 3rd.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's
no,
in July, though. It's like the end of July.
No, because Gemini is beginning. Look at me. Now we're gonna Google
What?
it. You gotta
the
do like, wait a
16th.
minute.
It's the 16th, May 15th to the.
Leo starts July 23rd.
Yep, I know that.
July. Yeah, July 23rd.
Right.
You know, you lie.
You lie. Yeah.
So I share some of the days with Leos. You Leo?
No, I'm a lovely Gemini.
Gemini. That's my best heart. My brother is a Gemini.
Y'all get along?
Actually, he's just double faces, man. Sometimes he likes me, and the other day he doesn't.
Anytime you start off with actually,
yeah, that was it. I knew the downfall.
It's true. They be having two faces, man.
Well, there's two different Geminis. There's the June Geminis and the May Geminis. The May ones are cool. June ones.
So that means
there's
there's
four.
four. That means there's four of y'all.
4. Oh, technically yes.
Because now you have like 2 of you.
2. That's what you know.
But you guys actually believe what they say about the sign? Because sometimes I be reading things about cancers, and it be
in their feelings.
It falls right into place. So I was like, oh my God, that's me.
Oh, yeah.
I do that. And it's so funny because a lot of people do not believe in astrology. Like you say it's just this and the third. But then again, I do believe in a greater force, which is the law of attraction, the universe, right? We manifest things. And every time that I read into my sign, I was like, okay, yeah, I can see myself doing that. Oh, yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually helps, though. Like, when you know it. Like, you understand. It's like, oh, okay, I need to stop. I need to work on that a little better. Because I feel like it's like one of those recurring things. Like, how do you say it's not, but then you acting exactly as your sign? Like, I don't know.
No. Listen, I'm going to tell you something about cancers, and I'm going to vouch for all my cancers out there.
All of them.
We're the most loving, loyal individuals out there, but once you betray us,
game over.
That's a wrap.
And I don't even know how to say this without saying, like, listen, we just like, we want to see you win, but now you're sitting at our table, We wish you the best. But once the trust is gone, that's it. And I'm a great believer that it takes seconds just to break, trust, and then years to gain that back, but it will never be the same.
Right.
And friendships and relationships without trust is like a car without gas. It won't go nowhere. And that's my belief on it. And that's why I treasure and value everybody that comes in within my path, just to keep them around, because I'm not perfect. And somebody was telling me this with intentions. Oh, my boy Crazy Legs. Yeah. Big shout out to Crazy Legs. I love him. We were talking about, yes, you need to learn how to forgive individuals and pay attention to the intentions that they do things to you. And he kind of opened my mind. I was like, wow, that's a good one. He's a very intellectual individual when it comes to pretty much all the conversations that we have had. And he kind of opened myself to pay attention when somebody does something to you, and not be so quick to jump and judge. See the intentions that they had to even do that to you.
Right.
And I kind of did some self-evaluation as well. Like I said, none of us are perfect, so it's where the intentions. But cancers, the most loving ones. But like, lean back. If you cross the line, then right. What's gonna happen? Then right. I'm gonna.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna turn up.
That's lean back, right?
Right.
But no, I guess everybody can relate to that. Nobody wants to be hurt. Nobody wants to be betrayed. But we get betrayed by those closest to us.
Right.
The reason being, they know us very well.
Y'all are very deep lovers.
Actually, I didn't want to put that out there, but yes,
No, I'm saying I know.
Wait, what you know about cancer?
Right. Tell us what you know.
Look, I know about y'all very well.
Really?
Yeah.
Please enlighten me.
Yeah. Y'all are like emotional thugs.
Emotional
thugs. I might use that. I like that.
Yeah,
Please
emotional
continue.
thugs.
No, y'all like
That's
emotional,
hilarious.
but y'all love very, very deep, like deep at its core.
But when you say we love very deep, like we, first
Like
and foremost, did you date any cancer before? Because you said that you know us very well, so I wanted to know what type of experience you ever had or at that level with cancer.
My mother,
God bless.
and one of my
dogs.
and one of my best friends.
Okay, yes.
So my mom was a cancer, and then one of my like very close friends is a cancer. So it's a male. So I've seen both perspectives, right? But y'all are like really try to be like hard on the outside, I said like that thug, right? Y'all act like nothing, nothing matters, nothing phases y'all ever.
Yeah, we put out
y'all are like,
persona,
like nothing ever phases y'all. Y'all don't give a shit. Y'all don't care about life. It is what it is, but y'all be fucking caring. And at the same time, y'all be thinking that y'all could take on everything.
Correct. Yes. No, 100% with you. And then, but one thing that I can tell you is that the same way that we love with that intensity, when we stop loving, what you think is?
Oh no, it's just that much, and that is the hard part too. Because like you said before about the trust, I don't think you almost ever gain that trust back. You'll try.
We try, yeah. With cancers, we do try, but then again, I'm gonna speak on my behalf, right? And I guess a lot of people can relate with this. Yeah, we try to work in gaining that trust, but things will never be the same.
Yeah.
So now, me personally, gotta watch over my shoulder now being with you.
Right.
Why would I even want to be around you? Right. I don't want to have that feeling that watching over my shoulder. What if I tell you this, then I'm gonna expect this? Like, I don't want that to take a space within my mind. Like, peace of mind is priceless. And that's why my circle now is very small, even though I have to learn some lessons the hard way, because I wanted to give chances and chances as a Cancer. And then everybody gets tired. But we give the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, we are definitely like strong lovers, deep lovers. But don't get us confused and twisted. When we start loving you, we can erase you out of the world. Instantly. I mean,
don't get fucked up.
Like, who are you? Like, what? And I know you from where? That'd be me. But yes, but we're the sweetest, and we learn. We like to give a lot of chances to individuals, but I feel that the more chances you give, the more people think that you're always gonna come back, and they never learn how to respect you and value you. So sometimes you gotta let people respect and value your absence and just eliminate yourself from the equation.
A powerful quote that I got from a movie is, sometimes people confuse your admiration for weakness.
I know. Even your charisma.
Right.
Let me tell you, like, sometimes people, Linda is a softie. She's a sweetheart. Just because I'm a happy kid, I'm within my happy camp. But sometimes I say, why people got to see that other side of me?
Right.
To say, oh, she's not the one that you want to play games. I mean, we can set the tone from the beginning if you want me to, but
right.
It comes to a point in your life that we just want peace and relax. And that's me. Since a little girl, I was the happiest kid. I mean, I'm blessed just to be able to wake up and see another day in life. Some people couldn't have that chance. So it comes kind of a lot with people mentality. Oh, why he's so happy? Why is she so happy?
Right.
Because I'm breathing. I'm alive. Like, you should be happy too. People have it worse, but people actually envy and jealous of even your spirit and why you bring the light that you have within yourself. But they tend to forget that's something that the man above gave all of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
when did you feel like you started to notice that people maybe be feeling some type of way?
Don't let me start.
I want you to let it out. Let it out.
This is
the place to get started.
Envy and jealousy. What B.I.G. said, when envy and jealousy is territorial, man. More money, more problems, right? The higher you go, the more issues you get to see for whatever reason. However,
what's up, Jason?
I'm an 80s. I tell you, I'm from the Boogie Down Bronx. Gotta represent, yeah. Yeah, I love music, by the way. And that's something that I was telling Joe. We can relate with everything that we listen and we watch, right?
Right.
That's everybody. We all have our own story to express and to tell the world. And that's why I'm so into the arts, movies, dancing and everything, because we get to express ourselves. But back to what you asked me, Jay. Before, there's another quote that says, like, sometimes you walk into a room concerned whether they like you or not, right? Now, can I walk into that room whether I want to be here or not? Like, this is me, this is not, no, I'm out, peace out, right? And it comes with confidence. You knowing what you bring to the table, you know what you offer and what you're all about. And maybe a year ago, I experienced, of course, can't disclose certain names. I'm sorry, I can't disclose certain names, certain scenarios. However, I'm going to be at least 90% on point with this. I went to a kids fashion show, well known, in New York City. A lot of celebrities, I can mention celebrities like Fabulous Life was there, DJ Ambi, their kids and things like that. And somebody that I thought was my friend. I didn't notice what was happening at the moment, but when we are at a party, everybody loves Linda. What up, Linda? I'm like, I am a networker.
Right.
Like, I love to get to know people. Like, what you do? Like, tell me how we can connect. Because you never know. Opportunities is gonna come to you, and you better be ready, right?
Right.
100%.
And then that's why you got places you in certain scenarios and rooms that, hey, they may be a opportunity for you in there, right? Excuse me. That being said, everybody was networking with me. We talking. I'm having a good time, and I saw my so-called friend watching me. But it was I didn't pay attention until an outsider said, "But why she looking at you like upside down, like with deviousness? With that look, like who she thinks she is, type of thing." And I thought she was my friend, right? But I didn't pay mind to it. I kept enjoying the night. Come to find out, we went with the show. Next day, she made an allegation that I stole a cell phone at the kids' fashion show. Mind you, my own dog has her own iPod, right? When I go active duty, Bella, my little husky, Team Husky, guys. And I couldn't believe the allegation. It wasn't so much about a little cell phone, because nowadays we have like 2 to 3 cell phones that we got to deal with, right?
Yeah.
Me personally have 3 cell phones like I got to deal with. It was just the negativity and the intensity that she made an allegation to make me look bad in front of other people, just because her demons couldn't deal with how people was accepting me and loving me. And it took me a long time to get over that until my inner circle start evaluating the whole scenario. But why would she do that? Because that's something that cancers do. We evaluate, we analyze, everything. We want to find everything. If you know cancer,
and you start feeling disrespected too.
Oh, what we want, and we're not going to stop until we find the truth, right? Deeper and deeper. And psychology too. Come on, guys, psychology. So we study body, behavior, and it took some of my biggest mentors and peers. Like, listen, that's just the way that people welcome you. So others may not know how to handle that. They may feel intimidated. They may feel some type of way. And then my mentality is, but wait a minute, if people like me, I'd rather to take that to my advantage, to open doors so I can bring the rest of my team. Make sense to you?
Right.
So now, of course, she's not my friend no more. Everybody that she tried to put against me, they actually know the truth. Because that's another thing that I had to learn the hard way, right, guys? When you're in this circle of being an influencer, being notorious, people know you, you're giving back to the community, surrounded by so many celebrities and things like that, understand that they are individuals as well, right? But you got to come correct to you people. Meaning, if you know something's happening, sit down with your people. It's like, listen, this is about to go down. This is what happened. Excuse me, guys. I think I'm getting sick, right? As a matter of fact, I need a little water. Let me get a sip, guys. What's Little Princess?
She's not out somewhere.
Yeah, I called like 3 times and she shows up.
You understand? You should have told me. I would have brought my husky here
next
or something.
Next time you got to bring.
Yeah. Guys, something, when somebody gives you that seat at their table, you better guard that. You better value that seat, right? Because it's going to be major opportunities for you to take things to the next level. So yes, I reached out to some of my mentors, like, what should I do in this situations? Again, things that, I do for a living, military, law enforcement. How you going to hear law enforcement stealing a little kid's cell phone?
Right.
How that sounds? But she didn't care about that. She didn't care about humiliating me, disrespecting me just because she was jealous and envy. Got it. I understand. So now it's all about me protecting my name.
Right.
My brand, right?
Right.
So I took things to the next level in the sense that I needed to squash that in a legal manner. Now, because the higher you go, the more drama is going to come at you. There's no more talking.
Yeah.
You got to, and this, I learned the hard way. It's not like, No problem. I know you didn't mean that. Keep it moving. Nah. No. Now you got to have legal.
Defamation.
Yeah.
You see, it changes the game now.
Right.
It changes total. And then a lot of people's like, oh, Linda, you went too hard. I'm going to go all hard for me, for my name. Who's protecting me, right?
Because God forbid you lose an opportunity or a gig because of that whole thing.
Because why they hurt.
Right.
You understand? Because that's what happens when people don't know you and they just see you, they just see your page. 9 out of 10, guys. Come on. We go to Instagram. I'm going to use our pages. You guys go to Linda Martinez. First thing is, let me see who we follow in common, right? Let me see who she knows, right? Let me see who she's related to. And 9 out of 10, you may know somebody that I'm already following. You may say, hey, what's up with Linda, right? Oh, no, by the way, I heard that she goes to events and starts stealing stuff, this and that, and start acting up, and you don't even know me. I lost that chance with you. Right? So now when you address situations, no matter how small they are, you clear the path. You're not afraid to step on like that. Yeah, this is what happened. This is how I went about it. And this is what I did. And this is how I clear things up. Yeah, this is me. What's up? Let's move it. This is all you're going to get from me. And whatever question you ask. Was I hurt? Oh, absolutely. Because it comes with a betrayal. Like she was real close to me. I never did anything to this individual, nothing to her child. One of my weaknesses is kids. I love my kids, right? And you know the reason being because we have discussed that already.
Right.
Children are sacred to me. So for her to use that opportunity when we were surrounded by kids, it took me to another level. I will never allow you to disrespect me and violate me like that. And that comes with cancer. Yeah. Oh, man. Man.
You know what? I think that's real. I think that's really important that you said that because, and what would you say to the people that, I mean, I think you explained it really well how our perception of us, especially in business and like entertainment and everything, and just in general, when you're moving, especially with business, really does matter. Because some people will be like, oh, well, you shouldn't care what others think. But sometimes it's not about caring what others think. It's just about having the fucking accurate information out there. Right?
Like, but it's like telephone nowadays because you say something to one person, then they overhear it, and then they say, "Oh yeah, and then they just misconstrued what you had said along the line, and everybody's confused.
Let me tell you how important this, guys. This is like, I swear to you guys, on my daughter's grave, this is how I had to learn these lessons the hard way. My number one biggest mentor, Joseph Cartagena, aka Fat Joe, right? We in business, we in this team Fat Joe, Market America business. And I will never forget when he said, you got to learn how to do politics, Linda. And I'm like, goddamn politics, man. I know. If it's not about empowering somebody and bringing somebody up, I don't want to do the politics. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Ulysses Terreno yesterday, one of my acting coaches, right? He's also a casting director. So you're in the wrong business, Linda, if you won't know how to deal with this, with the game, because the game is cold. It's a cold war, right? So I'm saying this because if I have a millionaire telling me you got to deal with you got to learn how to do politics, and this comes with the world that we're in, I got to put myself on check and it's like, okay, here we go. But the debate with me and him, like I said, I love the tough love that he always giving me because he wants me to become a stronger person and become a better version of myself. But I just cannot deal with bad people, guys. The intentions, like I mentioned before, right? So then I said, Joey, but please don't expect me to tolerate things that you wouldn't even tolerate for yourself. It's not about how much money you got. It's about the principle, right? And some people do things to me. Guys, sometimes I feel like I'm living on probation for the rest of my life in the Boogie Down Bronx. Because no matter what Linda does, I know that dude may get a phone call like, yo, Linda's out here doing this, acting up. And then it's like that light that you have on top of you, like you got to be perfect. But I tell Crack, like, listen, I know I'm not perfect and I love you for you loving me for the person that I am. This is who I am right now. But understand there's people doing grimy things out there. And yes, I'm going to lash out not telling you that I'm going to break some, a bottle on somebody. No, it's not even like that. I'm just going to observe and take notes now. And sometimes people think, oh, she's going to go running and tell your Crack. Oh, no. Trust me, he got eyes in every corner in the Bronx, right? That's my mentality. But something that I have learned from him is like, stick to yourself. The truth always comes to light. and just keep doing you. Because people's gonna keep loving you for the person that you are. And that's something that I always carry with my, within me. Yes, I get frustrated sometimes when I see certain people doing certain things. But then again, the minute that Linda does something, oh, she's the worst. But remember when? Because they never say what they did to you.
Right.
They always put out there how you reacted based on their respect towards you, right? And then that you become the villain. Just by the way, we owe villain somebody's story out there.
Right.
And I'm proud and loud. Yeah, I'm the villain, but make sure you tell the story the way that it is, right?
Yeah, people leave a lot of
people leave a lot of things. People never say what you do for them. They only say when you turn around, supposedly, But then again, it comes a point in life that we come first. I come first. Linda come first. Me, myself, and I come first. Before I can bless somebody else, I gotta bless me. You know what I mean? And it comes with territory, like being in this world as an influencer, artist, actor. People always come and ask for things, call you and ask for things, but they never call you to see how you doing. Do you need anything?
Right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I gotta look at people like, listen, stop coming to me asking me for things. What you have done for me? When was the last time that you came and support one of my events? Like, I've been wanting to say that on national TV, guys. It's not even funny. Like, put me on national TV.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Like, listen, stop asking me for money and sponsorship. Come and sponsor me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And my mentality is like, I never expect anything from nobody, because I am the biggest investment there is.
Right.
I got to invest in myself first. But people don't have that mentality, and people see you. They think that we already making money. By the way, we got the millions already. Right. Like, then I got the shoebox under my bed with some millions. Yeah, I heard under the pillow, inside the mattress or some shit.
I think we balling.
Like growling, right? So I'm here to tell you, to break the news. I'm doing everything for myself first. And my people's gonna know what I'm into, what I'm doing, and they automatically gonna know they're gonna be blessed. They don't come and ask me. They see me on TV doing whatever. They know, yeah, Linda, they cheering for me. You know what I mean? And it comes with my best friend that I tell you, Melody D. Velez, my best friend for 9 years, Pepe Polanco, friend for 35 years, and Solange Gonzalez since the age of 17, right, guys? They're not even friends. They family at this point, right? They're family. And yes, I was too quick to give. Like you said, cancers, we're too quick to give without expecting, but then people take that for granted. And now they try to walk over you. And that's when you gotta pump your brakes there.
Yeah, you gotta
Let me show you the other side of cancers, right? And now they get mad at you.
Right.
When now you take the time to put yourself first, which is like confusing to me. Like, don't get mad because I'm telling you no and not letting you get over. Respect me for that.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, it's a cult. He's going to laugh. What's his name again?
Jason.
Jason, you're going to laugh. It's a cold war. This is ice, right? Lean back, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Crack said it's a mother flower cold ass world. I tell you that much. People don't care. 9 out of 10 people don't care what you go through, what's happening to you. They just care what they can get from you. Yeah. And that's why we all gotta be careful out there,
Like my uncle would say, is people will do what's in their best interest.
And nowadays, everybody got hidden motive, guys. Right. Hidden like, listen, I cannot even be nice, guys. I cannot even smile. Like, yo, what's her hidden motive? Like, what she wants? Like, goddamn it, there's genuine people out here still.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just so hard, guys. The game is getting harder and harder and harder, to the point that it's even scary to go outside, go to events, because you never know who's who and what they want.
Yeah, what's the real intentions?
The real intentions, yeah.
What, like you were saying, he said about playing the politics game is, a lot of times, unfortunately, though, you do have to kind of do that in a way.
I still learn, EJ.
It's hard. Like, one of my good friends, I always had that conversation with. I'm like, look, you have to. It's like a big part.
It's like, I'm like, guys, I'm being forced and mandated to play this politics at this point in the game, right?
Right.
And sometimes I go home and start like, damn you, why I gotta do this? And then, you guys haven't noticed when someone do you wrong, they start avoiding you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You see, it goes with politics now, because now I see the same person that I know that did me wrong. Now I'm supposed to say, hi, hey, how's life?
Right.
I said to myself, like, you know what? I can be in the same room, but do not expect me to sit down at the same table and start breaking bread.
Right. I can
So
be cordial.
sometimes I think my mentors be expecting too much out of me. Of me, like, I'm trying. I can be standing next to the person. I can be at the same event, but don't expect me to break bread now with a person. Right. Like, there's got to be limits to this politics, show. Correct me, Roman. There's got to be limits.
That's how they mean by politics.
There's got to be, some lines.
Sometimes things are business, not personal.
Everything is personal.
But nowadays, people take things personal. You didn't even know they were taking it personal.
But sometimes you have to just know when to turn those things off and just go business.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't agree on that one. That's tough. What I usually do is I just be cordial. Just, you know how you walk into a store and you say, "Hey, how's it going, sir?" and whatnot, and then they expect a little more. It's like, "Oh, you acted different." No, I'm trying to respect you the same way I'm respecting everybody in this room on the same level, and that's it. I'm not gonna give you less respect. I'm gonna give you standard respect because I'm not gonna lose my sense of character because of how you've once treated me, and let me stoop down to your level. So I'm gonna give you the respect that everybody's gonna get, but don't expect me to try to bark at you and whatnot, and don't expect any casual or customized treatment. You can get treatment like everybody else, and that's simple. That for me, because I work in retail, so I deal with people who be acting crazy. And because I'm under watch and because I work for an establishment, I have to act a certain way. I can't say the certain thing. I remember one dude came to the store and I'm helping him out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you help him with something." I didn't help him with anything, and I was just like, "Yeah, I don't believe it was me," because everybody is on commission there. So it's like you want to be respectful. Whoever helped them, you want to get that person so they can get the sale and whatnot. So then he was like, "Oh, it wasn't you? Well, must have been the other black guy."
Totally, man.
Woo! Now, deep down inside, I had to really repress what I really wanted to say. And as I was walking with him to potentially help him, I just gave him over to somebody else. I'm like, yeah, such and such is gonna help you out. Oh, you're not gonna help me? No, such and such, he's gonna help you out. Because I knew, knowing me, I don't think it would have been the best experience for him, because I would have just been very short and less informative for him with his purchase.
Well, I totally agree with you. It goes back to what I said earlier. When people do you wrong, they start avoiding you. The same way when you start treating people the way that they were treating you, now they think something's wrong with you. I got one for them, and I love that, because me hearing you is like, yeah, I do that now when people kind of notice, it's not like I'm acting different. They say, "Yo, what's wrong, Linda?" No, you're showing you some love. You're showing me. Right. Come on. Like, what's the problem? Now you mad? Oh, you mad.
Right.
And to me, it makes no sense, because once people see that you catching on to their game and their respect, now you're the bad person. And it goes again back to the politics. I totally agree with you. I'm just gonna be cordial. Yeah, I can be respectful.
Right.
But no, guys, there's no way. I shouldn't say this, because I promise my mentors that I'm gonna try my best, right? I promise my mentors, right? I just rather to be cordial and keep that distance.
Right.
Because then my spirit is going to be annoyed with the demons of that person. You know what I mean? I'm going to start feeling uncomfortable. So, yeah, I can do that much. Yeah. That much. Yeah. I can be there. Yeah. What's up? How you doing?
Can't let them mess up your character just because they want to be a butthead.
Yeah. And I always say, try to, instead of maybe always treating people how they treat you, treat people how you would want them to treat you. Treat them how you would want them to treat you. Sometimes being that bigger person in those moments,
right,
sometimes can really teach people,
I'm going to tell you what I told my brother. I'm tired of being the bigger person. I'm only 5'4". I'm only 5'4". I'm tired of being the... No, let's not.
Nah, it'd be times where it's just I don't want to do this no more.
Right, come on. Tired. You 6'3" or 5'4".
Hey, now you got to do it, though.
No, you're right.
It's hard. And it's about reading the room in those, because every single different room, every different time, you're going to play a different game of politics.
Of course. Definitely.
I always tell people, I'm like, every single thing you do, everything you deal with has to be a different version of you, unfortunately. You're always not going to be the same Linda or the same Zane, or I'm not always going to be the same Joe at this event or this podcast or this. we're multifaceted, right? We have a lot of different sides to us. This one, you might have to get me more on my business side. This one, you might have to get me a more relaxed Joe. This one, I could maybe, like whatever,
No, you're right.
But you have to, because sometimes people just go their one self.
Oh, yes.
No filter.
Don't do that.
No filter whatsoever.
Right.
And they go into that room and it's like, no, that room wasn't meant for that. You're not going to walk into the courthouse the same way you're going to walk into the nightclub.
Right.
And a lot of times, what's funny is I had this conversation with somebody probably about a year ago, and they were like, well, that's just being fake.
No, it's not.
And I was like, that's not. And I had to really break that down to them. They were like, that's just me being fake. And I'm like, you're not. It's just, we have to kind of read the rooms, and we have to, yes, mold ourselves depending on the environment. It's not being fake.
Correct. You just adapt to the environment that you're in, pretty much. It's just adapting. Yeah. You're right. I agree.
By still being you, still being your authentic self.
Yes.
But it's like, you can't go into the courthouse the same way you are going to the club. You just can't.
Oh,
and they'll humble you real quick if you think otherwise.
Yep. So that's some real shit right there. Tell us about your time in the military. Are you still...
I'm actually currently active duty. A lot of people. It's funny that you asked me that.
Yeah, because I'm like, are you still out here?
Yeah, because a lot of people see my page like what she does. Weapons are my Barbies.
Let's go.
Army strongman till the day I die.
Since when?
I got 14 years in, and Army my whole career. So yes, I'm currently active duty, and it has been one of the biggest experiences and opportunities that I have ever had in my life. I'm blessed for it, guys. Experiences and the training. A lot of people ask me about the training. Yeah, you guys gotta be G.I. Jane kind of thing. I got my little G.I. Jane outfit in the closet. Whenever I was, I do. I do. I pull that out whenever it's like take care of business, But is a lot of people say, oh, that training is hard. Everybody's capable of going through that training. It's all about your mindset,
right?
And that comes with everything in life. However, the field that I'm in is within the medical field, a clinical psychologist. I love psychology. I love counseling. I love to talk to my peers and individuals out there just to empower each other. And yes, I have lost some of my battle buddies, and due to being on the battlefield, due to being suicide, and that is like the rough and the side that a lot of people don't get to talk about. And actually, every time that I think about those that I have lost and the reason why I lost them, it's part of the military. But then again, I don't want to say dying on the battlefield is part of the military, but it's something that everybody knows that actually can happen, right? But we just don't think about that it's going to happen when we go out there. And, but we become kind of numb, the military. And this is something that I'm personally going to say about all the branches. I love all my branches: Marines, Navy, Air Forces, Coast Guard. And like I say, I'm Army. The military breaks you down emotionally, physically, spiritually, but to build you up stronger. It's amazing how they do this to us, guys. It is amazing. However, me looking back at all the trainings, conversations that I have with some of my biggest military mentors, I'm glad that I actually went to those type of training. Not to say I re-enlisted in the military after the death of my daughter. A lot of people couldn't even believe that I was mentally sane to do this. I was like, I set the tone for that. It's me who makes that determination whether or not I'm ready. Nobody can ever tell somebody, yo, you're ready for this, you're ready for that, or you can do this, or you can do that. No, you make that decision. And it made me even a stronger person. And all the lessons, the trainings that I have gathered, I'm telling you, don't get me, I'm that little girl that love weapons. Like I said, everything that got to do with gasoline, wheels, gas. I'm adventurous, guys. But I love being a woman. It's just the thrill Or like, shoot, I can shoot all these weapons. Oh my God. Oh, forget about the grenades.
Oh man.
Now I can throw this little thing.
What was the first job you chose?
It was within the medical field, 68, what was it? 68 X-ray, which is like mental health. I went in the 68 series, so our MOS is go by numbers. Yeah. So everything's 68. We got 68 Whiskey, Juliet, alphas. It fall under medical.
92 Yankees.
92 Yankees, let me find out. You got somebody? Wait, you military?
I know about my shit. I got, some little bit of knowledge in it.
That's what's up. But so I'm in the 68 world.
For you, why did you join though?
Why did I join the army? Or
what year was that?
2008. Yeah. Wow. 2004, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna disclose something. It wasn't, when it comes to my family, everybody's like doctors, lawyers, and things like that, right? I never saw myself in uniform to believe it. Actually, I became correction officer before the military, and sometimes I wish that I would have joined the military before becoming a correction officer. But then again, God knows how He does the things that He does, right? And a significant other back then, his whole family was within law enforcement. He was NYPD. His brother was police patrol in California. His mother, probation officer. Oh, they were the law enforcement, the individuals in uniform. And my family, nobody was in uniform. So my mother-in-law back then, she's like, you should take all the tests, all the city tests. It's like, all right, okay, I never took it serious until, I guess, one time I say, what did I have to lose? For whatever reason, I was very attracted to fighters in the uniform. That was my thing.
Fellas, you heard it here first. That's what y'all need to start wearing. Just start wearing firefighter outfits.
It was the firefighter.
They won't know. They won't know if you really do it.
It was something with them. It was something with them fighters, man. Like,
next week, you're going to see me walking in the pod.
Right. It's like, Joe, you ain't never wear these clothes for your life.
Guys.
Just got done fighting a fighter.
No, it wasn't even NYPD corrections. It was the fighter. They were hotter than the fire themselves, right? So
I'm about to sign up tomorrow.
It was, so actually I was so amazed how they deal with the fire. Sometimes I used to wonder, like,
hold on. Now that you say that,
wait, I got a picture.
That is kind of swaggy. That is kind of swaggy. Like, yeah, babe, just took out a fire. You're next.
So yeah, and then the physical training. Yeah, you funny, Josh. But I'm very active. I'm like,
give me ideas here.
Been doing personal trainer, dance instructor since the age, 13. So I always been physical, like into, training. So I always admire a guy that takes time to train, to take care of themselves. So that's even more sexy to me to see, like, because I know the dedication and the time that you got to invest to stay healthy and go to the gym, guys. It's like, listen, it's not that looking fit, looking cute, looking the abs and all that good stuff. It's not, they tell you it's easy. It does start in the kitchen. It's what you eat. But the dedication and time that you put in the gym is time consuming. So I love to see a man that takes care of himself, whether it's physically, spiritually, mentally. Listen, at this time in my life, I'm not gonna look at the physical. It's a plus, but what gets me is a guy that can make love to my soul before my body, intellectually. You know what I mean? At this point in my life, but like I said, I'm known with all the type of guys that I see in the military law enforcement guys. I got the best, best of the best worlds, man. Best worlds right there,
Okay.
And
okay. But so you joined 14 years ago.
Yeah, and still there. And like I say, it was because of my significant other side of the family. It had nothing to do with my own family. And but I'm blessed for this. Something that sometimes things happen in your life. That when you join the military or the police academy, remember that movie, Police Academy?
That was a funny movie.
That was like, it's something like that when you kind of find your little clique and companies. So I look back in all these years and everything that I've been part of, and everything has a slogan. So I was like, dang, I was meant to be a little tough cookie, man, right? In my academy, in the police academy, who's that?
That was like an act shoot that I did, and it was kind of like polarized into the like what you call it, the firefighters and whatnot. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo, if I did like a firefighter,
That's dedication right there, man. Right. That's dedication. That's dedication right there, you know. What I meant to tell you guys. So my company, I was company F, and our slogan was company F is truly blessed, right? That was corrections. In the academy, in the military, I was third platoon. What was her slogan? My third platoon. Regulators regulate. I was like, damn, that goes with me. Book it down, bros. We regulate stuff, right? Regulate. So it was just the slogan that I always kind of encounter, and our giving relates to me, to the person that I am, looking at everything that I endure and encounter in my life. And that's what I say. God places you in the right place at the right time for a reason. And I regret nothing of the military. The military is like any other, how can I say, work field in which you want to experience certain bombs, guys. You want to experience the good mentors, the mentors that think they know it all. But it all depends on how you handle things.
Right.
Yourself, you know, all ends on you. And I'm very outspoken, guys. Yes, if I see something and I don't like it, I'm not a yes sir, yes ma'am. No, I was like, what? No, come again? No, let's just have a better conversation here about that. It's not about being right. It's about understanding each other.
Right.
Because that's how you learn from individuals. I want to hear your point of view, but then again, you got to hear mine, and we're gonna respect each other's point of view.
Right.
So I never go into. I don't want to call it an argument. I like to call it a constructive discussion,
right?
To gather something positive out of it. But some people's egos and pride, guys, yes.
Now, where were you stationed?
Being stationed in different places. Active duty, I've been in Kuwait. Station, I've been in Texas, Minnesota, and North Carolina.
Where do you like the best out of all of them?
Oh, big shout out to Texas. Texas is like, to me, the best army base there is, and that's from Sam Houston, Texas. And I guess it's because that's when my field in all the 68 series, all the doctors, everybody that shares the same passion and love for me. So I always feel home when I'm in Texas, and the weather's not that bad either. So yes, Texas, Fort Sam Houston, Texas. Gotta tell you.
Okay. And you were in there you've been 14 years.
I'm still in it. I'm active. Like I said, I'm active duty right now. And people's like, how do you do it? It's like, that's why the Boogie Down Bronx up. We hustle.
How does that work now? So are you stationed out of New York, or what is that?
I'm stationed out of New York, and I come back and forth when I got dealings. Like, you know, when I have work in New York. And when I tell you work, if I'm doing some filming, some acting, some dancing, and I try to make it work the best I can, sometimes it can take a toll on you. However, it's like how you make it work, and that's when your family support comes in, your friends support. Like right now, it's the holidays. It's like a little break for me, holidays break, and yeah, I may not be working with the military, but I'm working with everything else.
Right.
You know, within the entertainment, I'm filming, I'm acting, I'm dancing, so still working, which I love, you know.
Still grinding out here.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you think that, because you said it all happens for a reason.
Yes.
How much do you think the Army actually helped you, like, mentally, like, get stronger? Like, obviously, you know, we talked about the physical stuff, but like mental, like, how much do you feel before you went in, you were really like mentally strong, or do you feel like the Army?
You know, I'm glad that you asked me that question, because a lot of people see the military side of Linda, the law enforcement side, and they said, dang, she can come aggressive. I was like, yo, this is nothing. You got to meet my mom, right? And the reason was that you got to meet my mom because the military and corrections didn't make the person that I am. I guess my strength, my mental strength and physical strength, I got to say thanks to my parents, because education started at home. And corrections, it's like a little atom, another bullet, another star under your belt, the military. And then I said, yo, I made that uniform look goddamn good. What you think? Right? That's something that's like I'm passionate about it now. But then again, when I walked into corrections, I already knew, yes, I can do this. This is nothing. Yeah, I had the attitude already. So that's what I tell people. Corrections didn't make me. I'm strong because of my mother. Everything that I saw her going through, how she survived certain things, my surroundings, the neighborhood, and things like that. And that's how you build yourself up. Yes. However, correction made me even stronger, because when I tell you the things that I have experienced and seen within that field, sometimes I feel like I'm playing a movie on the daily basis. Like, oh my God, this thing really do exist. Oh my God, this thing really happened. Like, it's not a movie. This is real life,
Right.
And that it opens your mind to another world. And I have learned more from, I don't even want to call them crooks, from my inmates that always have shown me respect, because I say I'm not even going to become a correction officer to treat anybody any lesser or to respect any of these individuals, because it just take a simple me driving with a suspended license and somebody plus something in my car for me to go to Rosie's, right? It's the simple as that. Yeah. So that's what I never judge anybody on the other side of the fence, because you never know the reason why they're on that side to begin with, and you didn't even know who they are. So I didn't take the job for that, and I never felt like that little piece of metal made me bigger or a better person. I was already a bigger and better person without it. Exactly. You know what I mean? And I didn't allow that little piece of metal to get over my head. Like, I got to say, a lot of my peers, they think that they become Superman and a superhero with that, right? And I tell them, you guys got to be careful how you guys handle power and authority, because some of us use that power to help each other, and some of us use that power to destroy each other, if that makes sense.
Exactly. And you even were saying, like, you would actually really even talk to, like, the inmates.
Oh, yeah.
We were having a conversation about X.
Yes.
You know the conversations that he would have with you?
With
DMX?
Oh, yeah, man. DMX, rest in peace. Let me tell you, I met DMX in jail. Yes, I did. And it's so funny that you mentioned that now, because now I'm close friends with his fiancée and, the baby. And that's what I'm a great believer of, the law of attraction, how he put the dots together.
Right.
When I met DMS years ago, I never thought that now I'll be friends with his fiancée and the baby, right? Thanks to my best friend, Melody, which already knew them because she was making case during their birthday years, right?
Right.
But let me tell you about DMX. He went to C76, and I will never forget that day. I was the one-on-one when they put like an observation, 24 hours, like one-on-one officer with a high, profile individual. And that day I was inside the intake area. And, there's cameras everywhere. And, of course, we're not supposed to get closer to no inmates whatsoever. That's the rule, Friday license. That's the charge right there. And everybody's like, oh, Martinez, that's DMX. And I'm like, I'm acting like, all right. Yeah, dang, I didn't even have to pay. He came to see me. It was good, that's my mentality, like the tough office, like, like, okay.
God.
And then now when they assigned me to be his watch officer, I was like, wow, okay, DMX. I started thinking about a lot of things with DMX, when he worked with Aaliyah. A lot of things start going through your mind, right? And that he goes and tell me, officer. And I'm like acting all little tough, like, yeah, what's up? Like, what's good? Like, you gotta change your demeanor.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta change your demeanor.
Read the room, yeah.
My environment at that moment is the intake area at Rikers Island, right? And he's like, you too pretty to be an officer. And then I'm saying, like, okay, I'm looking at the cameras, like, this is pretty much your friend license with me, right? But then again, you DMX, right? And then I said, well, thank you, this is what I shows, this is what God got me right now. And he's like, yo, this what's up, this what's up. You know who I am? And then, you know that smirk look that you give, like, really? That this dude is really going to ask me who you are? And then, again, I look at the cameras, and I will never forget when I say, where my dog's at? Where my dog's at?
Let's go.
Like, you know,
of course.
Of course we know who you are. And then after that, he started laughing. Now we're feeling a little more comfortable. And all I can tell you, that man right there got knowledge.
Yeah.
He was preaching, talking about life. And one thing I can tell you as a correction officer, we get to encounter so many intellectual, smart individuals behind bars. People that already went and they have their books, businesses that you actually can learn from these individuals. And not to say I have DMX preaching and telling me everything that I can accomplish. This is like a dead end. Don't let the system tell you this is all you can do, Officer Martinez. You know, that conversation always stood in my mind. And believe it or not, certain things that were discussed, I have accomplished now in my life, just because I always kept telling myself I always gonna pursue my passion and my love, no matter what I do in life. And corrections is a stepping stone. This is not the person that I am. It is a blessing. I'm part of the Buddhists, you know, and that's the reason why I'm here today. But that doesn't mean that I gotta stop being and pursuing the person that I truly wanna become. Exactly. Right? And like I said, I was blessed to have that conversation with him, even though it was in jail. But then again, I guess those were God's plans for me to meet this individual in the setting that I met him and to align me with everything. I never saw him like, oh, he's a crook. He's no good. He's an inmate. I was like just saying, thank God everybody's fighting their own demons, you know? And he even recognized that himself. He was trying to fight his own demons, and he kept letting him to the same spot, but he was tired of being on the same spot. But he never forgot his purpose on earth, and it was always to preach and put some positive on anybody that he encountered. So I was blessed for that encounter with him. DMX for life, man. Where my dog's at.
Yeah, rest in peace to X, yo. He was, even his music changed my whole entire life. You know, like
man, yeah.
To speak like therapy, yo. Therapy in music, 1,000%. Like, and it was funny because he was one of the first hip hop. He was what got me into hip hop and all that. It literally changed my whole entire life listening to his music. And when I listened to his music, it was literally therapy on every single track, and just speaking that raw, true, emotion. It was crazy. So when he passed, that
crushed me. That you know, that his passing, you guys know, it was all over Instagram, the news, how they did him. And you know, when I saw he passed, like, dang, I met this guy in jail and now I'm friends with, you know, everything that he said to me kind of came to my mind. Even there's like a little reel always going on Instagram about trust. He's like, listen, I give my 100% of trust to people. I give it to you, but then I'm going to be taking that based on your behavior. You see what I mean? And that it goes back to what we were saying about earlier about trust. Yo, you got my 100%, but eventually your behavior is going to dictate how much I can trust you. You know, people's going to hang themselves up.
Right.
That's why it's so hard to say when you was saying something about being fake. I guess that's what I love being me. Not everybody's gonna love me, right?
Right.
Let's just have that clear. But I shouldn't be concerned about who loves me because I love me, right?
Right.
Exactly.
So that being said, I love being me. Oh wow, Linda's crazy. No, let's get that clear. I'm a lunatic. You gotta be a lunatic to survive the world that we're in right now. Word. You know what I mean? So forget about being crazy. I'm a lunatic. Yeah, I'm made for this, right? But I want the world and those around me to love me for the person that I am, not for the perception that society has of me that I should be, right? If that makes sense to you. Because being fake or having a different persona, it takes too much work. You got to remember to put that mask on every day. And then eventually that mask falls off, right? Mm-hmm. Then what? Oh my God, now everybody's in shock when You already knew there was something iffy about this person, and that's what I love being me. Love me for me, because this is all you're gonna get. There's no part two of Linda Martinez. We only get one shot in life, so let's make the best of it.
Yeah. And that's always, last thing with X, that was always the big representation that he had.
Yes.
He was always him at the end of the day. In all his interviews and all his videos and all his imperfections and the things, it was always just being him.
Absolutely. And like I say, it goes with stories about Rikers, individuals that I've met. Yes, I almost lost my hand, my finger. As a woman, you gotta safety first. Yes, you have the good, it's having black and white, the good and bad, heaven and hell. And you get the good inmates and you get the ones that are going to challenge you. Absolutely. I want everybody to have that clear out there. Certain individuals do not care that you're female. Mm-hmm. It goes to what we're experiencing in this world right now, domestic violence, right?
Right.
I was exposed to domestic violence this year, and I never thought that I would be exposed to domestic violence at this time of the game, right? And it was like a shocking experience to me to see. I don't want to say how blind I was, and then I was just blaming everything outside. Maybe it was the military life, the law enforcement life, like what the frick, the entertainment life, how I didn't see this coming, right? And sometimes we get so caught up with the perception of the person that we think that person is, and right. We put them on pedestal,
right?
And we overlook red flags because we're so focused. And it was like eye-opening to me, and this is actually the first time that I'm speaking about them being exposed to domestic violence. Yes, I have discussed that with my inner circle on the side, but it was very shocking to me, to the point that I was like, I was bugging, like, oh no, not to me, not to Linda, nah, But yes, even those that you never think that I have encountered or experienced certain things, we've been there and done it. And what motivated me, and we discussed this, we actually were talking earlier about it. After the death of my daughter, there's nothing that I can counter that's going to knock me down.
Nothing.
And if I was able to overcome that death, and blessed to have the guidance and the strength of the Almighty, there's nothing. And I was telling you, it's not like I wasn't hurt.
Right.
Of course it's going to hurt you. This is like 22 years. The love of my life, my partner in crime, call it what you call it. My heart and die, the one that has my back 1,000%. And it's like your world crashed. You know what I mean? I think I'm in the best moment of my life, about to retire, about to live life, travel the world, do what I love, and boom, another thing happens. Now what? Now what am I going to do? I cannot stop. I got to just keep moving forward. But it comes to our mental health awareness too as well. Depression, I call depression the silence killer. Depression to me is one of the silence killer, actually the most silence killer there is out there. And I guess everybody has experienced some sort of depression. For whatever reason, I can feel when depression is kind of creeping in me. I can feel it and those around me that knows me, because I start feeling like I don't want to do anything. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to go to the gym and dance. Something is wrong with Linda, right? If Linda don't want to go to the gym, dance, or do some acting, something's up with Linda. And that's when I kind of wake myself up. Oh, no, this cannot happen. You know what I mean? Not to say that I haven't, probably in my life, I have spent nights crying. Yeah, pillow talking with myself. Of course, I'm human. But I have never allowed depression to take over me. That makes sense to you.
And why do you think so? Because, all those different times and different experiences in your life, and especially even when, like you said, you lost your daughter, 8 months old. What are those things that keep you getting up? Because a lot of people that are listening to this are out there right now. A lot of times they let those things break them. And even now, like you just said before, I love that you said, like, after that happened, now nothing could break you, because you've already felt the worst. And me and one of my closest friends always say the same thing with each other. We're like, at this point in our lives, like with the shit we've been through, ain't nothing can stop us. But for you, what do you think it ultimately always is that keeps you moving forward and not to stay stagnant. Like you said, you'll cry about it, you'll be upset about it, but then you keep rolling and you get right back to it.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes I feel like I don't belong in this world. Like I'm out of this, like I'm a little alien or something.
Like a specter.
Sometimes like, you know, what am I doing here? Like, you know, am I human? And sometimes I tell my best friends that, and like, I keep telling like, I don't think I belong in this world. And they like, nah, you belong in this world. We need people like you, right?
Right.
And I love the question. And me looking back of some of those moments, let me tell you, when my daughter died, I was a correction officer. I had access to all the drugs there is. I never did drugs, never smoked. I never smoked weed. For whatever reason, weed was never appealing to me because my mother used to smoke. And, you know, when you cough, when you like secondhand smoker, I never liked that as a little girl. And back then when my daughter died, the hardest thing was ecstasy, right? My whole dresser was full of ecstasy and things like that. And I'm glad that I can actually talk about this. Never did any drugs. However, I fell into the alcohol. I started drinking from 6 o'clock in the morning until next 6 o'clock in the morning. What happens? I was just doing that to numb the pain, right? Because I just wanted to be, I didn't want to feel the heartache that I was feeling. I would never be able to explain to somebody what it feels. I felt like somebody just opened my chest and stabbed me, took my heart out and cut it in pieces, right? And just one morning, I was tired of feeling the pain because once the alcohol rolls off, what happened? You back to reality, right? Mm-hmm. You back to the reality that you be trained to hide, right? So one morning, I will never forget this. I was in my master room, and I will never forget. It was just like, I can see it. I just went down on my knees, start crying. It's like, yo, God, please. All I'm asking you is to help me take this pain away from me. And I promise you, I just gonna keep pushing and do whatever you want me to do on earth. And I just want you to place your hands on my chest, on my heart. Take this pain away. And that was a moment for me because I'm Catholic. And I do believe that I will see my daughter someday again. And I went through all this process on my own. I told you that I never went to therapy, only mandated by the job. But on my own, I was trying to do my own self-therapy, being around by those that love me. But then I realized that the real moment that helped me to deal and cope with the pain that I was experiencing was when I actually embraced and accepted the pain and the reality that I was in at the moment. I didn't want to accept the fact that she was gone. I didn't want to accept the fact that I just lost my daughter, the love of my life. And like that's like real love right there of your kids. And the minute that I open up and I embrace that pain and learn how to deal with the pain, because they tell you it gets better. It doesn't get better. You just learn how to cope with the pain. You learn how to deal with the pain. Like now, right now it's the holidays. Of course, I miss my daughter. And do I want to be around people and festivities? No, I really. It happens after her death. It's not like I don't welcome holidays and things like that. It's just hit different, right? And me knowing that I had to learn with that pain the best way possible, because nobody gave me a book to tell me this is how you deal with the death of a child, right? You deal that on your own, and everybody's different, because I know a lot of people haven't overcame that yet, right? Allow me to realize I'm still on earth. God didn't take me. So that means that my purpose is still here. There's got to be something bigger for me on planet Earth. Whether he's using me to project and empower others, he's using me for something. I just don't know what it is at the moment because I'm just dealing with the pain that I'm just, living right now. Yes, excuse me. I was mad at him. I cursed him out a few times, a little fights, conversations. But then again, I know thanks to him, I was able to surpass those phases within my life. And thanks to him, now I'm able to tell my story, share my story, empower all the females. Not only I can talk about grief, losing a child. I can speak about domestic violence. I can speak about, empowerment, motivation, things like that. And military experiences, law enforcement experiences. So if God is using me as a tool to empower others, here I am. I belong to you. And that is the moment when things started getting better. When I realized like I still here, I still breathing. I may not know the reasons why he took my daughter, why he gave me the best gift that anybody else could have ever asked, which is your child, my first little girl, you know? And to this day, I still may not know the answer, but I just continue with the path, knowing that I have a purpose here on earth.
Yeah. And like you said, it's understanding that things get a little bit easier, a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Because you start to see that, you know, because I always say, like with faith is invisible. You know, faith, it's like you can't see it. You know, it's that belief, right? So for a lot of times I think the world needs individuals to go through things like that and to overcome it. So then you, like you said, you could be that person for other people to remind them that it's going to be okay and that you're still surviving, you're still thriving.
Of course.
Because without you, maybe they don't have that. And it's like a lot of times, you know, I've said on a recent episode, you know, we could sometimes be selfish, you know,
absolutely,
and things that think that sometimes it's all about us, our pain is just about us, but sometimes it's for us to overcome so that we could help so many more
somebody
people.
else, yeah.
It's way bigger and deeper than just us. And when we take ourselves out of that pain and we start thinking about what's the bigger picture, I think things get a little easier.
And, you know, it's funny that you said to empower others, because sometimes like a thin line between that, because I have realized something that I still learn and goes back to the politics and giving the person the benefit of the doubt. Like, despite of everything that I have encountered and faced in life, I always try my best to be me, to be that loving and, you know, and happy Linda. But I still encounter those people that take your kindness for weakness, which it bothers me. Guys, probably you guys gonna help me to find the right word to describe the feelings that I feel towards those individuals, because I dislike those individuals very much when they take your kindness for weakness and they try to abuse it. You know, and
manipulators.
Listen, guys, till this day. And it's happening to me right now as we speak. You know how you try to offer your genuine friendship and people take you for granted and try to use you and abuse you? Mm-hmm. You're like, well, wait a minute. Like, who you think you is? You know, like, and then that's when sometimes I got to have my little side conversation with a man. I was like, listen, what is that you expecting me to do now? Because I'm trying to still be myself, to try to just show love despite for everything that life had thrown at me. But then again, you got people like this individual try to like, come on now. You know what I mean? And
right,
it's very frustrating, yes. And but we got bad people out there. And but I made a promise to myself. I would never change the person that I am. I always try my best, but somebody had to tell me, you know, people like you is rare to find. I was like, what you mean? Loyalty is rare to find? Yes, loyalty is rare to find, but it's still out there. Just because I'm loyal, respectful, that doesn't mean that I'm trying to be fake or I'm the real.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't try to manipulate me and abuse me and use that against me, because now, again, you forcing me to show you the other side. But why? Because people don't even believe. We're living in a world that is just so, how can I say this? Not unreal. People rather to believe lies than the truth nowadays, because it's more comforting. You know, like they love to hear the lies for whatever. It made them feel better. And in my case, I'm not no bakery. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get the real thing.
Yo, you with the bars. You a low-key rapper too?
Yeah, you know, they started calling me Linda Crack.
Yeah, let's go. Yo.
That's what happened when you surround yourself with so much talent, man. But I tell people, no, I don't know how to sugarcoat them, because I want those around me to give me that tough love. Give me the real love. Yeah, I'm going to cry, I'm going to hate you, I'm going to say F you, but then again, I'm going to appreciate you, because you just helping me grow and not be stuck and narrow-minded. You helping me become an open-minded individual. But like I said, nowadays people rather the lies. And I don't know how to do that. And that's when I get a lot. Linda can become a little aggressive, a little tough. I was like, please, like, come on, what you want me to do?
I'll
like,
tell you this.
Bendito, baby, no.
It's hard to deliver truth when people respond to it so defensively. And some people, they just say, I'm not going to even.
Because they used to hear the lies. They used to hear what they want to hear. Mm-hmm. So when they encounter that person, they're gonna tell them, no, it's not like that, boo. Oh, okay. Calm down, have a seat, let's talk about this. Right. Now they think that, you being a little aggressive, they become defensive, you know?
Right.
So it's like it becomes like a little uncomfortable conversation now. But in reality, you're just trying to have a constructive conversation.
But I think it all depends on the individual. Like some people could take that, some people can't. Like you said, for you, that tough love works for you. A lot of people it don't.
It depends on how you approach the situation. If you know how that person is, you have to word it differently. If you can't just be like, if the person wants the bluntness, then you deliver the bluntness. If the person really, they don't handle it as well, then you're like, how can I word it for them so it doesn't come off as like an attack? You know what I'm saying? It can't come off as like passive aggressive. It's just like, hey, maybe let's explore some options. You know, you gotta say it like that, so it's not just like what I say. This is what you should do, which you only get one option. Just give them multiple options and give them the choice to pick which path that they want to take.
It goes back to the courtroom and the club analogy I gave before. It's the same thing. You know, not always all the time that's going to work. It may be because you're passionate about it, so you may give that passion, that energy. But a lot of times, because, you know, we all love differently, right? Mm-hmm. We all give differently. We all think differently. We're always all multifaceted. Like, you know, like the 4 business personalities. You know, we all like go back to our zodiacs, like we were talking about in the beginning. We're all so different, right? So we take things in different. Some people are gonna take it.
You're right. He used
take the tough love.
You used to enlighten me with something, because now I think about, gosh, dang, they never took my feelings into consideration.
Right. You see?
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking about the way that people have approached me with certain things, and my parents and things like that. I was like, wow, they always show me that tough love, which now as a woman I do appreciate it. But then again, it goes back to you friends, you know, your culture, where you coming from, and things like that. You know,
we get used to those things, and I don't think they should be normalized. Like I always say, even with kids, right? So like me, I have a 14-year-old stepdaughter, and I've learned how she learns, right? There's other people who try to tough love. It doesn't work. Does not work. It actually brings her farther away.
Yeah, I would take it. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people, especially like you said, culturally, old school vibes, it's very just tough love, aggressive.
Yeah, old school vibes,
But it just doesn't work for everybody. Even friends, like, you know, my group of friends, right? So I grew up with friends who, a lot of them were very tough love. Like, to the point where they used to fight each other. So to get you ready for if you ever got jumped. Like they would jump each other, give that tough love just so you knew what it was like if you were in the streets to get jumped. That's how tough love they gave it. But then growing up, we started realizing, that shit works for y'all, but that don't work for the other people in the group. You know, not everybody is the same. So like through all that shit, it's again, just go back and what we're talking about in the very beginning.
No, it's very important because you know, I even got bullied in school. Don't ask me anything. I think about the type of little girl that I was, and I was like an isolated kid. But everybody thinks Linda was like the center of attention. But then again, once I hit high school, it was like the cliques. Remember, I never tried to fit in. Like, I just wanted to be me. And I don't know if you guys remember, back in the days when we were in high school, you had the popular kids, the nerds, you know, the little plastic girls. You know, we had all type of the little rappers, the athletes, you know what I mean? So I will never forget my lunchroom, right? As a matter of fact, big shout out to my head center, science and mathematics, man. I tell ya. So I was that girl that would come to the lunchroom and say what's up to every clique. But I never stuck with one. So when one day I probably was popular for 10 minutes. Then I went to the nerds because they were doing my, biology and chemistry homework. I got to show them love, you know what I mean? My nurse was the best, man. I was helping them with the Spanish homework and stuff. Then I would go to my plastic girls, used to see what's up on the field, like what's the next party and stuff, You had to mingle. So that's how I knew, like, yo, I'm a networker because I'm showing love to other cliques. But when they used to ask me, so who you down with? I was like, with me. Like, I love everybody. I never wanted to be labeled, so I encounter myself walking along in the hallways, taking the bus by myself. And when I saw all these cliques, but then again, I was always welcome, And I remember I got bullied in the locker room. Like I said, I was always into sports. I think I was playing volleyball, right? And they used to call me Big Bone because I was like the most thicker Dominican girl. Everybody else, I don't know what was it, guys, but I didn't like when people was calling me shorty and big bone and all that guys, right? And I got a lot of pressure from all these girls that were taller than me, and I was only the little shorty on the volleyball team, right? To the point that I used to cry. I was like, oh my God, how can I become taller? But I know how to play the game. And my gym professor always said, listen, you're always gonna have your talent. Always guard that and just be yourself. And I never pay attention to the bully. And I started developing my strong mind since a little girl, because we all being exposed to certain things, walking down the block, selling drugs on the corner, the peer pressure, the bullying. I don't know if you guys remember the North Faces, the color North Faces. If you yellow, you Lion King, you blue, you Crips, you red, you Bloods. Like, what's good? And then here comes Linda, tough cookie. I'm gonna wear whatever one. What's up? Like, I remember buying my favorite color, blue. Blue is my favorite color. And sitting on the train, like, I wish they would. I'm from the Bronx, man. I wish somebody come and tell me, give me this jacket, right?
Right.
So that was always my attitude growing up. But I was exposed to all that. I remember seeing people getting jumped for sneakers, the jackets. And I'm like, Jesus, this is my childhood, right? And it comes with a tough love because we're so used to react tougher because we've been there and seeing how things are being brought out to us. We don't get no, like, hey, by the way, we're coming to jump you. Get ready. You just got to be ready for what's coming to you.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then as we grow up and as we grow, that's when we can adapt and we can change those things.
Of course.
You know what I mean? As our environments change. And then now, you still been networking. You still been grinding. Right, so you're also part of Team Fat Joe. How did that happen? How did that, like, what's going on with
what
that?
happened to that? Well, it's an amazing team. I love our team, and everything started with our mother company called Market America. We are our own franchise business owners in which we teach people how to build residual income through the internet. Right. Get paid by shopping, the best thing ever, guys. Residual income. You guys got to learn how to build residual income. And, of course, is our business partner. And we have another biggest mentors and business partners, Don Florio, which is his lawyer. I tell everybody that she's my lawyer, right? She's like one of the best criminal lawyers that make me think sometimes, I can get some bodies out there, right? And get away, but, God forbid. But she's so good at what she does.
Right.
Listen, guys, that sometimes it goes back to that actor, How to Get Away with a Murder.
Right,
like that.
Viola Davis.
Man, I was like, don't have to be there in that mini series because she was, tell us all the secrets. But I tell everybody, she's my lawyer just in case. Just to let you know, that's the lawyer I'm going to use and I'm going to be fine. All right? So she's part of the team, So we are pretty much, in New York, mainly in the Bronx. We got Team Fajo in Miami, Dominican Republic. And it's all about educational, helping each other grow, getting into the knowledge of how to get that financial freedom. You know what I mean? That we all want. A lot of people have make it out of the Bronx. I don't want to say the hood, but they just go the Bronx and everywhere that they know that they were able to gain more and get that financial freedom. So me having the opportunity to even work with him in helping the community better, teaching people about finances, building residual income in various ways is an amazing opportunity. You know what I mean? And yes, money is out there. Ways are out there for you to become financial free. However, it's the time and effort and dedication that you put in. You're not gonna get anything that you don't, that you're not gonna put in the work. And nothing comes easy. It's a lot of work and education. But once you learn how marketing works, online marketing, listen, there's no stopping you. You know what is the best thing? Like, you getting paid while you're sleeping. Like, that is the best feeling ever, right? And it's so many different venues with our company. You can make money through makeup with What If Cosmetics, through health and wellness, what else? To music. It's just amazing. And then we have a bunch, over 500 partner stores, that if I go to Macy's, if I go to Target, Walmart, Home Depot, I get paid to go to these stores, right? And it's amazing.
Word. Okay. So where can they find more info if people want to tap in with you about that?
Oh, make sure that you guys click the follow, Linda Martinez NY. My link is right on my bio as well if you guys wanna learn more about what we do as a team. And definitely you guys can send me a DM, an email. I do get through all my emails. I try to answer all my DMs. I promise you guys, I do. It's me. Sometimes I do have my personal assistant, but the reason why I like to take the time to respond is because I want to see the people that is trying to reach out to me and the connections that you make through Instagram. Because remember, now Instagram is like a resume. It's like,
right. It really is. It's like you have a social media presence.
You have a social media presence. So I love to see who's trying to reach out to me, you interest, you like what you're doing, how we can collaborate and work together. I'm a big fan of that. But sometimes it takes like 2 to 3 weeks, but please understand, I'm on the grind, active duty.
Out here hustling.
Guys, but Linda Martinez, NY.
Word. Yeah, no, yo, keep the grind up. And like you said about the effort, that not a lot of people understand that. You got to put mad hours in. This entrepreneur life is not no 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week.
They know what I'm saying. Sometimes I be a slacky girl. If I'm going to tell you, like, my team Fat Joe knows, like, Linda, like, listen, what you doing? Wake up. And I'm like, okay, I got to do it. But it's something, it goes back to the style that you said. You see, we can put the same outfit on, but we're going to look different. It's the swag that we got, our personal touch, right? It also comes with business. Like, we can learn the same business, but Linda may have a way to handle this part of this business that you may not have it. You may have another way, though, that we can combine and we can make it even better, right? And that's the beauty about being creative and being in business, and with so many type of mentalities. Every mind is a different world, like I said, you know what I mean? And I'm a great believer of this quote, we become what we think about the most. So see yourself growing, see yourself higher, see yourself accomplishing things. And trust me and believe, manifestation is real. And if we pay attention to our thoughts more often, we will start shifting the negative thoughts into positive ones, because they deliver, guys. They do manifest.
Yeah, I would say positive thoughts plus positive actions equals positive results.
Absolutely.
And where your focus goes, your energy flows. You gotta focus on the good shit, not the negative shit. Negative shit's gonna happen, but hey, if you can't change it, fuck it. Okay. That's what I always tell people. If you can't change it, why are you stressing it?
It's like when people say I'm having a bad day. I don't like saying I'm having a bad day. I'm having a character building day.
Okay, I like that.
A character building day. Like bring it on. Let me see. And then it goes with what they tell you. Like, it's not what life throws at you. It's how we're going to react to what's happening. That's what makes the difference. You know what I mean? And yes, again, it takes a lot of strength, mental strength, that some of us may not be ready to deal with this yet. But just believe in yourself. Just know that whatever life throws at us, we're gonna be okay, man. We're gonna be okay. And just keep your circle positive. We were talking about this.
Right.
That circle right there, it makes a huge difference, guys. Right. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed for mine. I have eliminated a lot of people, guys, though. I do have. And it comes with...
if they gotta go, they gotta go.
They actually were the one handing me the scissors, guys. I never hand the scissors. You give me the scissors, like, okay, see ya. Arrivederci, ciao, bye, adios.
Yeah, some people just cut themselves off.
Yeah, so they do. And it's funny.
Like,
you don't even gotta do anything. They do.
No.
And it's like you saw it coming, but they still didn't do self. And he's like, woof, you made it easier for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't even have to do anything. Yeah.
Well, we are blessed to have you here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, for real.
No, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for sharing your story, because for real, you don't understand how many people have probably gone through different things that you've been through, walked very similar lives, and who just can't, are having a hard time getting by, So I appreciate you.
I'm working on the book too, remember? Yeah.
Okay.
My music!
Dropping gems.
I'm doing everything.
Yeah,
I heard all that.
You guys got to follow her.
I tell you, man. I tell you. It goes back to, again, I mean, I know what's my purpose here on earth, but after the death of my daughter, God has blessed me in so many amazing ways. It's even scary sometimes. I be in the little room like, yo, God, what you doing? Like, you sure you want to do this with me? Like, what am I supposed to do? It feels good.
You gotta keep
it feels
rolling.
good, but whoa. Putting individuals within my path that is helping me, helping me go to the next level. And that's why I'm a great believer. Those people that are not in your life right now were not meant to go to the next phase that you in. I'm a great believer of that. But yes, I'm working on a book right now, and it's gonna target mental health, and it's gonna be like a little cute book. I want like a cartoon. Linda's Linda's gonna be like a little cartoon, which I always wanted it to. By the way, I know Jay was I wanted to do like a cartoon movie. I want to be a cartoon. I think that's the cutest thing, right? And within this cartoon, I wanna reflect and project some of my life experiences, but I want actually kids to relate to certain things, to know that, yeah, things may not go our way, but this is how we can actually face these things and become stronger while targeting mental health, a little bit of poetry and things like that.
Right.
And the music, yeah.
Can't wait.
I know, I'll be there. It's in the work. I'm actually gonna do some work with Mr. here right here. Right away, guys. Yo, let me tell you about my next project. Like, I already
Yeah. What's the next product with I Am Zane Studios?
Yeah. So let me tell ya, this guy right here got amazing work. So I was looking at his magazines, right? By the way, thanks to Joy, we were working for him. And I was just so delighted that I started sending your magazine and your page to everybody that I know, kind of, right?
I check my DMs. I'm like, oh my God.
I was like, oh my God, this is the guy that I think I wanna work with. So I always have this vision of me portraying, showing the world all the sizes of Linda. Right? And I got so many sizes, so many hats that I wear, right? So I wanted to picture myself being an inmate, a crook, and then a poetry or the feelings that I had during that phase in my life, as a correction officer, as a dancer, as an actor, you know what I mean? As a mother, daughter, somebody who have lost a child, somebody who has been exposed to domestic violence. So it's like you guys are gonna see like 20 different pieces. So by the way, my whole name is Madeline Linda Martinez. And when I saw you work, I was like, wow, he can bring that out, because you're creative like me. Like, I can see something and bring it to life, and I think we can actually relate to that based on what I gather from your page. Yeah, I was a little stalker earlier, right? And in the magazines that you showed me. So yes, tell us a little. Look at me. Tell us a little bit about your work.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Just went right to me. So my actual tagline is turning dreams into reality. So what most of the time that happens, I usually it's really a listening thing, and I see what the person is like envisioning, and then I kind of put that in my head, and it's like, what would it look like if I made it into a film? And then from that's when I start like moving around the lights and whatnot, making it dramatic. And then that's usually what I come with. But anytime people like talk to me about their story, I see it in my head like it's a movie.
So check this out. This is what we're gonna call it. So one of Linda's Martinez project for next year, 23, is gonna be me working with him. We're gonna bring some of my stories to life, some of my visions to life that I've been dying for almost a decade to do this, right? And I was so happy. You know what? Like, this kid got her favorite ice cream today. Like, yes, yes. So I've been excited since I started looking at his work. And when you find somebody that you can connect and actually kind of have the same type of visions and mentality. It's like you feel in heaven. You feel in your camp. You know, understand the feeling in which you're going to be comfortable working with this person because you guys like right there.
Right.
You know what is it that we were trying to project and bring to life.
That's like
so
these
yes,
pictures right over here. Like she's like, I want to do something with killer cereal. I'm like, I was like, all I ask is I get to pick the cereal, and then we just went at it. So Cassandra,
that's Cheerios or apple? Oh, no, it's Cheerios, right? I thought it was an Apple Jacks.
No, Fruit Loops.
It's a Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, yeah.
Yep, Fruit Loops. So it's just like stuff like that. Like if it's the chemistry between the two people, and then you create something great with each other. And then certain people I work with, it's like all the gloves are off. Like, we could get creative as much as we want. Perfect. And then the one over there on the ground, that's a squid. That's a real squid. That's not a fake squid. So she had froze it.
I just want to know what she, with these two pictures, what was the message they tried to project or bring to life?
So
because you work with these two individuals.
Yes. So
with the cereal and the killing cereal, what was the message behind it?
I think it was pretty much the play on words with like serial killer, and then for some reason I decided like it had to be colorful. So it was like, it's kind of like juxtaposition where it's like you're taking something so innocent and you're making it look completely like dark at the same time, but it's also colorful. It's a colorful dark nightmare.
Because in me and you, we were the producer of this movie. Like, yeah, we're gonna see like a sweet girl, but watch out, she's the serial killer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, nobody would ever thought that and see that one coming. Right. I like that. And what about this one down here? This is like amazing. It takes me back to the movie 300.
Oh yeah, I never even thought about it like
when
that.
I saw that picture, yeah. Like she could be part of the cast of 300, yeah.
So with that one, the names don't come to me until after. But when I had her looking straight into the camera, holding up the squid, it was something about how she held it, and I felt like that's what the actual ocean is looking at us, like saying like, this is what you did to me. Like I personified the ocean itself and the sea life as a person, and it's like, this is what you did to me. And it was like very direct, especially with her eyes looking.
Yo, man, that picture, like, you can actually connect. You think it will make you be right there at that moment with that, with her. And I must say, you were very talented. Please tell us where to follow you.
Exactly. If you haven't already.
Right?
I can be a nice host. Like,
right.
Yeah, I like it. I like
host,
it. Might have to get you back next week.
Right? You can follow me at I Am Saying Studios.
I need radio hosting. Radio hosting is the best, guys. Music on the radio, yeah. That's what it's like. The vibes.
Yeah, you get it's so
man,
fun.
You get to be I know. I miss those times.
Might have to get her back for a round 2.
Right.
Always welcome, guys, to have a good time with you guys.
Thank you.
This was dope. So to wrap this episode up, Zane, what are you shouting out for this week? What you got? Anything?
Yeah, I got something. I wanted to. I mean, I can end it on a good note, but like,
we got to tell your horror story. Are we telling your horror story?
Next week. So unfortunately, this week we had lost a great individual. His name was Jason David Frank, and he played as Tommy, also known as the Green Ranger. Bring this over.
Yeah, take it out.
Oh man, yeah, it's amazing.
So, sorry. I had bought this for Joe because this is his favorite character, but also this is one of my favorite characters, and him as a person. So when I woke up in the morning, I was checking my Instagram, and then I see like he had passed away, but it was due to suicide. Now, this is a person that when you see on the face value, you don't see anything wrong. Kind of like most people, kind of like Robin Williams. So I feel like we really do need to take mental health very seriously. And just because they're your childhood hero doesn't mean that they're not going through things in their life. So just be just if someone's going through stuff, please just be patient as well as be open-minded and see what you could do on your end to better help them out. But my shout out goes to Jason David Frank because he changed my life as I was growing up. And not only was he the Green Ranger, but he was also the White Ranger and the Black Ranger and a Red Ranger. So he definitely made an impact on my life, and I know he made an impact to others. So that's my shout out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy how that's been the center.
It's been the center for most of the episodes since we got there.
Yeah, since You gifted that to me. It was an amazing gift. It was probably one of the best gifts I ever got in my life. You know, and same with me, man. Like he was always a very big vocal point in my childhood. You know, watched like those episodes like so many times. And it's crazy, like you said, you know, you just never know what someone's going through. I saw, you know, in the news as well too. I wasn't sure because it was very early.
Right.
I didn't know how accurate the news was, so that's why I haven't posted anything on it because I wasn't sure if it's true.
Right.
But either way, it's just like, even if you feel like someone's going through it or not, that's why I said earlier in this episode is like, try to treat people the way you would want to be treated.
Always, yeah.
Because you don't know, like, you know. Even me, like I've dealt with depression most of my life. Yeah, I have a really good poker face. Sometimes I can seem like I'm doing great, and I'm not. You know, so many different people. Like you just never know. So someone could look like they're going through it.
And you know what? I just want to say this before I close down because this is very important. And the stigma that we were talking about this, Joy. A lot of males don't like talking about mental health, but mental health affects all of us. It doesn't have a sex, right? And I created 2 nonprofits. One of the nonprofits that in loving memory of my daughter is called Tiny Doctors. And I sponsor a sick baby every year. I either sponsor a sick baby or help the parents to pay for the medical bills or just make a dream come true. Maybe the kid never, probably a kid wanted to go Sugar Factory because I get that a lot. Oh, they just want to have dinner in Sugar Factory. So Linda Martinez makes that happen. Another one is Linda Glam Academy, which I empower females through beauty and health, in which I'm glad that you stated that you've been dealing with depression for some time. To me, I'd rather to take somebody out and do like a makeover or spend some time with a person and talking with a person rather to tell them go to the doctor, get some pills. Because that time invested, I'm telling you guys, time is the most valuable thing to waste.
Yeah.
We need to learn how to use that wisely. So if I can have a conversation with my peers and make them feel better instantly, I'm going to do that. Because I want to check in. Always checking on your friends, on everyone. Just say, yeah, what's up? Just call them randomly. How you doing? I just wanted to say hi. Let me hear your voice. Why it's so good to do that? Because me in the military, I'm having conversations with my peers right now. Next thing I know, he blew his head off. And I'm like, but wait a minute. I was just having a conversation with him 5 minutes ago. Right. You know, and we didn't even see that coming. We don't see that coming. But the more time we spend with our friends and get to know our friends, you guys are going to see the change behavior. And those are going to be flags that we got to learn how to pay attention. Like I said, depression is a silent killer.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, like you said, it's a conversation sometimes. The most simplest thing is a conversation can change someone's whole life, change someone's whole day. You know, like for me, it was a simple video I watched that really helped me get out of my depression. You know what I mean? Like it was a simple perspective shift. You know, and obviously I still have little moments here and there, but it was just a simple perspective shift and a simple conversation with someone else through like a video. And you just never know. Like for every individual is different. You just never know what someone's going through. If they look like they're going through it, if they don't look like they're going through it, just treat others right. Treat others okay, because you never know. You know, you could be the one thing in their day that either makes them or breaks them. Right. And just try to be, you know, a decent person at the end of the day.
Correct.
And then one last shout out, this was a major one, was to Kevin Conroy. He also passed away this week, and that was the voice of Batman. So that's, to me, that was like number one, because that's the cartoon that I grew up with, that me and my father used to watch when I was younger. So those are like those 2 things that like were deep for me for this week. But other than that, those are my top 2 shout outs.
Word.
Wow. Yep. Shout out to him.
All right. I can't top those. So
yeah,
I'm done. I think that's it. Again, where can everyone follow you?
Oh man, you just took
yeah, you just took the wind right out of us.
I was like, God, listen, Robin Williams affected me. Sorry.
That was a major one. I'm gonna say
it was the ones that are still kind of having a hard time getting over. Is Robin Williams and from Linkin Park.
Oh, Chester.
Oh my, those 2. Like, listen, guys, I'm still having issues getting over those 2 right there.
Well, like
just their impact, man. But you know, God bless them, made them. So rest in peace. They're always gonna have the memories, and that's why memories are so important to share, right?
Right.
But for all of you guys, Make sure you guys follow me at Linda Martinez NY. You guys gonna know it's me. I have the Dominican fist, Dominicans stand up.
Let's go.
Yes. And for me, for this like celebrity was X. That was the hardest one.
Oh, DMX?
Yeah, when he passed, that was the hardest.
It's not like I'm gonna tell you I saw it coming, but I didn't because he was doing so much.
Yeah, after.
Yeah, like after the transition that I saw him from jail, and now, oh man, drastically. Yeah. So something happened that drew him back to his demons, and again, that's why you gotta check in with your friends.
Check on your strong friends, right?
Yeah, who's around you, because probably, he was trying to reach out. People just didn't know that he was trying to reach out in his own way and manners. Sometimes people look like they okay, and they're not. That's why you gotta say, yo, what's good? What's happening? Let's go for a drink. Let's go for a ride. Let's go for a walk. That's why it's so important to check up on your friends, man, because then you never see these things coming.
Exactly. Right. And now though, now it's like all things happen for a reason, I believe. So even with that, it's like, or even with this, it's a sacrifice.
Correct.
So now, unfortunately, let's hope that now a lot of other people are able to go a different route, like for this, like even with X, like, it's crazy, but like when he passed, I was like, wow, like, okay, now, people were talking about him, sharing his music, sharing his beliefs, his preaching, his prayers. Maybe the world would have never got that if, God forbid, he didn't pass. It's a sad thing. But sometimes, like, the world just, it picks its time.
Right.
When it wants to choose a sacrifice for certain things. And now maybe this will open up a lot more mental health conversations in a lot more households than it did before.
And even, I hope it does open more, because after Robin Williams and Chadwick, it kind of opened more males to come up,
Right.
And it's like, that's what I was saying. Like, I want to be remembered by my last conversation. Meaning, you see here right now, I was having a good time.
Right.
You never know when it's going to be the last moment that you're going to have with an individual.
Right.
And that's what I always try to give my best. Always try to be happy. Always try to make people feel comfortable, no matter what I'm going through out there.
Right.
Because this may be the last time that you guys may see me. You know what? God forgive and protect me every step of the way. But that's how things happen. And those that being hurt, like Robin Williams used to say, the saddest people are the ones that I actually smile the most. And always stuck to me in one of his quotes. The saddest people are the ones that smile the most, because we know what pain feels like. Exactly. We know what loneliness feels like. And it was always so impactful for me to, especially that quote that I said, no matter what I go through, no matter how sad I am, I'm always going to give a smile to everybody that I encounter, because I want them to remember me with a smile.
Yeah. Because you know what it feels like.
What it feels like, yeah. Yep. So, yeah, mental health, guys. Let's just bring more awareness about mental health. I guess as everybody that's listening, is going to see this, just check up on your loved ones, your friends more often.
Yep. And cherish all the moments. This is also, I want to also dedicate this episode to my brother, Walter Bauer. He passed away 1 year ago today. And he was a host on this podcast.
Oh, God bless.
He was very big on mental health as well. He was on, if you know Walt, you know how amazing he was. Still feels weird to even talk about it, but you can get to know Walt. You can go back to old episodes of this. You can go back all the way from episode like 4 or 5, and he was on until like the early 30s, 40s. And Walt was an amazing dude. Brother of mine, was blessed to have him in my life for as long as I did. He was one of the individuals in my life who always had a smile on my face. Always. Like, that energy was absolutely amazing. And he was just a super rare individual. So.
Oh, God, what is that, But wait a minute. You haven't told people about some of your talents. So, guys, another prayer for Linda Martinez. Please tell them about your therapy without a degree. I was amazed, guys, by the way. And I'm going to start manifesting these things, guys. This is what I do, right?
Hey, let's go.
So listen, please tell everybody where they can see that, because now I'm hooked. Now I'm going to go home and look at all the episodes. I got to finish the series. Therapy without a degree, guys. I'm a mental health, clinical psychologist. So yes, I'm looking probably to do something with my friend here, Joe. But tell everybody where to see that. Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing. So
Therapy Without a Degree, the series. I
Amazing,
wrote and directed it, and this guy was the director of photography, the
Yo.
gaffer, everything.
Telling you, talents, man.
Thank you
Surrounded
so much.
by talents here. And I just want to make sure that I say this while I'm here, because you guys know I'm going to promote them like crazy, right? And just to know that I foresee myself growing and working with these two individuals is a blessing, just being in the center of so much talent right now.
Hey, we just getting started out here.
That's right, baby. We're all the way up, baby.
Right?
Yes.
All the way up.
So go follow, subscribe, like, do all that fun stuff. It was another episode of Therapy Without a Degree. We out. Peace.
Peace.